Awesome. So once you get to your mat, you can find your child's pose. Your knees will come out wide. Your toes will touch. You'll send your hips to your heels. And then your forehead can just rest on the mat. When you get here, take some time to find some sort of intention to set your practice to. Bring that intention to the forefront of your mind. If you're having difficulties finding something to focus on, maybe it'll be a person, maybe it's a place, maybe it's a feeling or some sort of mantra that you want to cultivate throughout the week. The best part about Mondays are that you kind of feel refreshed and that you can start over building a new and improved week ahead of you. Good. We'll start to connect to our breath here in this child's pose. So inhale, staying where you are. Inhale, fill up the lungs. Exhale out the nose, keeping your lips pressed tightly. Good. Inhale again, fill up the lungs. And exhale. Good. One more time. Inhale, draw the belly button down and out. Good. Exhale, bring the belly button back up towards the spine. Let all the air out. Awesome. Inhale, come up to your tabletop position when you're ready. Good. Find your solid foundation here first. So spread your fingertips wide. Arms are about shoulders with distance. Your knees are underneath your hips. And then imagine pulling your lower ribs together, activating your core to support your low back. Good. The crown of your head reaches forward. Good. Take an inhale here. Let the belly button drop. Look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, round the back. Let all the air out of your lungs. Good. A few cat-cows just on your own. Inhale, drops the belly and look up. Exhale, round the back. Tuck your chin. Good. Inhale, drop that belly. Exhale, round the back. Two more here at your own pace. Really start to feel that spine wake up. Good. Come back to center. Firm up your foundation once more, moving into some bird dogs here. So lift your left toes back behind you, straight back. Press your heel towards the back of the room. And then reach your right fingertips forward. Check back into your low back, your belly, and see if you can engage that core. Good. Hold it here. Your gaze is at the top of your mat. Exhale, bring your knee towards your elbow. Good. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale, use your core to bring it in towards center. Inhale, squeeze the back line of your body. Good. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach it long. One more time. Exhale, knee to elbow. And then drop your hand and knee back to the mat. Other side, right toes long behind you. Good, left fingertips reach forward. Find your foundation first. Press every knuckle, every fingertip into the ground. Good, exhale, bring your knee and elbow in. Inhale, expand the lungs, reach it long. Exhale, knee to elbow. 4 more at your own pace. Each exhale brings you to the center. Each inhale expands. Good, 1 more. Both hand and knee back to the mat. Tuck your back toes underneath you. And then lift your knees off the mat just an inch, holding it here for 3. Down dog in 2. And 1. Lift the hips high. Press your hands away from the mat. Take some time here to settle into this pose. So maybe that's bending into both knees. Maybe you shake your head yes and no. Maybe you snake through the shoulders. Good, when you're ready, let's firm up that foundation. Getting ourselves ready for our vinyasa flow. We'll first do 3 sets of sun salutations today. So these are always going to look pretty similar with 1 minor change or difference. So just listen to my words and follow along here. Good, so inhale will bring you up to your high plank first. We'll run through a chaturanga push-up. So you can drop your knees, untuck your toes. Exhale as you bend your elbows back, keeping them in towards your sides. Good, inhale, chest up, press through your hands. Good, exhale, tuck your back toes again, send your hips high. Good. Inhale, the right toes go long this time. 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring your foot between your hands. Drop that back knee, hook your thumbs and rise. Arms come overhead, feel that stretch. Good, exhale, hands to the mat and step forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Your hands can come to your shins or they can reach down towards the ground. Good, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, circle the arms overhead, coming all the way to standing at the top of your mat. Exhale, hands through to heart center. Good, inhale, arms overhead. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift to prepare. Exhale, plant the hands, step your feet back. And then we'll move through the flow. Option to keep the legs lifted this time. Slowly lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press yourself up. Exhale, down dog. So you have 2 options there. Do whatever you feel most strong doing. Inhale, left toes high. Exhale, step your foot between your hands, drop the back knee, hook your thumbs and rise. Exhale, plant the hands and step forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, arms overhead, all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands through to heart center. Good, reach out and then up. Take up space as you inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step your feet back, and move through your flow. Exhale, lowers you down. Inhale, shines your chest forward. Exhale, press yourself back to downward facing dog. Good, inhale, right toes high this time. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrists. See if you can hold it here. Good. Inhale, right toes high. Exhale, step your foot between your hips. Sorry, between your hands, drop the back knee, hook your thumbs and rise. This time, arms come out like a goalpost. Cactus them out. Shine your collarbones forward. Look up. Good. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, plant the hands and step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, arms overhead. Circle them up. Exhale, hands through the heart center. Squeeze all the air out of your lungs. Good. Inhale, lungs expand, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift to prepare. Exhale, plant the hands, step your feet back, and then move through your vinyasa flow. Always an option to skip and move straight into downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, left toes high. Exhale, knee to nose. Hold it here for one inhale, one exhale. Inhale, the left toes high. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Drop the back knee. Hook your thumbs and rise. Exhale, cactus your arms open. Baby back bend here. Good. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, plant the hands and step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, arms overhead. Good. Exhale, hands through. Inhale, arms overhead. Feel tall as you rise. Exhale, forward fold, surrender down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Move through your flow. We're working the arms a little bit today, adding in a couple of extra chaturanga flows. Good. Inhale, bend your knees and look towards the top of your mat. Exhale, step or hop forward. Your toes meet at the top of your mat. Good. Inhale, arms come overhead, coming into your chair pose. Sink your hips low. Good. Hold it here. Awesome. Slowly start to lift your left toes off of the mat. Step them back behind you and then drop your knee. Good. Moving into our lunge. Deep bend in that front knee. Bend your left elbow and cup it with your right hand. Good. Then look up towards the ceiling. Good. Option to start leaning over to the right, stretching into that left side body. Inhale, come back to center first, arms overhead. Exhale, plant the hands, step your right toes back, and move through your flow. Good. Taking that on the other side. Bend the knees. Step towards the top of your mat. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale brings you into your chair pose. Arms overhead. Sink those hips low. Good. Lift your right toes off the mat. Step them back behind you. Drop that knee down. Good. Bend the right elbow this time. Cup it with your left hand. And then look up. Good. Option to add in that side bend. Leaning over to the left. Good. Inhale, come back to center, arms overhead. Exhale, plant the hands, step your left toes back to meet your right, and then move through your flow. Awesome. Once you get to down dog, let's take a rest. Come down onto your knees. Meet us back in child's pose. We'll take some time to find our breath, connect back to our intention. Give ourselves just a little quick rest before moving on to our flow sequence. Good. Now that we've got the body warmed up, we got your breath, maybe breathing a little bit harder. your heart working a little bit faster. Energizing the body. Good, take a deep inhale here. Fill up the lungs. Exhale, open the mouth and sigh it out. Good, take 2 more just like that. Inhale. And exhale. Let your breath be audible. Good, inhale. One more time. Deepest breath. Exhale brings you back up to your tabletop position. Good, tuck your toes. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. Good, inhale, the right toes will go high. 3-legged dog. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Keep that left hand down on the ground. Reach your right fingertips high. Your back knee is still lifted. Good. Maybe you follow your gaze up towards your right fingertips. Good. Exhale, right hand frames your front foot. Inhale, arms overhead for crescent lunge. So deep bend in your front knee. Your back leg is still reaching up towards the ceiling, so straight knee in the back. Your heel reaches to the back corner of the room. Good, exhale, open up for warrior 2. Deep bend in that front knee, arms come out to both sides of the room. Sink your hips low. Good, your front knee tracks over to the pinky toe. Good, everyone take a deep inhale, bring your shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, round your shoulders back, bring your shoulder blades down away from your ears. Relax those shoulders down. Good, inhale, straighten the front leg, arms come overhead, dancing warrior. Exhale, hands down, warrior 2. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands down. Good. Inhale, one more time, overhead. Exhale, warrior 2. This time, reach forward and then place your right forearm on your right knee, moving into side angle pose. Good, so that back leg is still strong. Maybe you activate your quads to pull that kneecap up. Good, feel your left fingertips reaching towards the corner of the room. Good, inhale, come back to warrior 2. Exhale, windmill the arms down. Frame that front foot. Step your left toes up to the top of the mat. Good, inhale, halfway lift here. Exhale, sink your hips low. You're coming into your chair pose. Good, we're gonna be here for a few moments, so feel strong here. Your toes can touch where they can come apart a little bit. Whatever feels most comfortable for you. Check into your knees, see if you need to square off your hips at all. Arms reach forward. Exhale, hands through to heart center. We're twisting over to the right. Left elbow comes outside of right knee, and then press into the palms. Good, inhale, come back to center. Feel those legs working. Exhale, right elbow to left knee. Twist over to the left. Good, inhale brings you back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, straighten the legs, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step your feet back to move through your flow. Good, shake that out here. Good, moving on to the other side, left toes go long. Exhale, step it through between your hands. Lift those left fingertips up high, coming into your low lunge twist. Good. Check back into that back leg. See if you can pull up on the back of the knee. Good. Exhale, both hands frame your front foot. Inhale, arms overhead for crescent lunge. Good. Find this foundation here. Maybe sink a little bit lower. Pull your left hip back in space so that you're squaring off those hips. Good. Swivel that back heel down. Move into your warrior two. Good. Find your strength and your growth here, reaching the crown up towards the ceiling. Good. Inhale, straighten that front leg, arms overhead. Exhale, sink into warrior two. Good. Inhale, arms overhead, dancing warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, one more time. Exhale, come down. Reach your arms forward first. Left forearm to left thigh. And then right fingertips reach over to the side, stretch into that right side body. Notice how I am a long line from one corner to the other. Feel that firmness. Can't find a right word for this, but good. Inhale, come back to your warrior two. Exhale, windmill the arms down. Step your right toes forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you know where we're going. Sink your hips down, chair pose. Good. Exhale, hands through to heart center. Twist over to the right first. This time, if you want to, you can play around with opening the arms wide. Or if you're working on side crow, feel free to find that pose right now. You can always play around here. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist over to the left. Find your expression of this. Your legs should feel like they're really starting to work. Good. Inhale, come back to center first. Exhale, forward fold. Separate your feet about hips width distance. We're going to take just a forward fold of your choice. So maybe you grab opposite hand to opposite elbow for ragdoll forward fold. Find some sway here. Good, come back to center. Bring your toes to touch at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step your feet back, and then move through your vinyasa flow. Good, one more time on each side. Similar flow, couple of changes. Listen to my voice. Inhale, right toes high. Exhale, knee to nose, hold it here. Inhale, right toes high. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Inhale, arms overhead for crescent lunge. Good, exhale, prayer through to heart center, similar to our chair pose twist. Twist over to the right, left elbow outside of right knee. Good, maybe you gaze up towards the ceiling. Feeling balanced. Maybe your ankles are working. Good, inhale, come back to center. Exhale, arms overhead for crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two, deep bend in that front knee. Inhale, straighten that front leg, arms overhead 3 times. Exhale, brings you down. Inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. One more time, inhale up. Exhale, come down into warrior two, side angle pose. Right arm to right thigh. Good, left arm's high. Good, inhale, come back to warrior two. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step your left toes off, coming into your standing splits. So left toes are high. Your hands come directly in front of you. You're balancing on your right leg. Good. Exhale, knee to nose. Bring it in, curtsy squat. Good. Exhale, step your left toes back. Right toes can meet to the back of the mat and then move through your flow. Good. We'll take that on the other side. Inhale, left toes high. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrist. Inhale, left toes high. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, prayer through to heart center. Twist over to the left. Good. Check back into that back leg. Make sure it's reaching up strong. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Arms overhead for crescent lunge. Swivel that back heel down and move into your warrior two. Exhale, brings your hands down. Good. Inhale, arms overhead, straighten that front leg. Exhale, hands reach down. Good. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, warrior two. One more. Inhale, up. And exhale, come down. We're moving into our side angle pose. Right fingertips reach long. Good. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Then exhale, windmill the arms down to the mat. Step your right toes off the mat. Move into your standing splits. Your standing leg, as always, can stay bent. Maybe you want to play around with balancing, bringing one hand to your ankle or both. Good. Exhale, knee to nose, curtsy squat. And then step your right toes back, your left toes meet. And then exhale, slowly lower all the way down, coming onto your belly. Good. Option to bring an ear to the mat. Your hands can come to your sides. Take a quick resting breath here. Good. Switch over to the other ear. Good. Come back to center. Bring your hands directly underneath you. And then push yourself back up to your child's pose. So your hips come to your heels, your knees can come wide. Good. Take another deep breath here. Inhale, fill up the lungs. Exhale, open the mouth, side out. Good, come back up to your tabletop position. Tuck your back toes underneath you. And then send your hips up high for your downward facing dog. Good, we're gonna be moving on to a pigeon pose. So if you have a block or a pillow that you like to use during this, feel free to grab that now. I'll be showing you guys with a block. So inhale, the right toes will go high. Exhale, bring your shin directly behind your wrists. Come onto that back leg. Your back leg is straight. So option, if you have a block or a pillow that you would like to support your hip with, place that under your right hip. Good, and then you can take this to your degree. So if you want to stay up on your hands, that's fine. Or if you'd like to surrender into the mat, coming down onto your forearms, or option to come all the way down so that your forehead can rest on the mat. Good, we're really opening the hip with this one. So make sure this is comfortable. We're gonna be here for a few moments. Many times these quieter yoga poses let our thoughts come back to our mind. Maybe something that has been on your mind a lot recently. See if you can give that the time and the space that it needs, but then let it go. By let it go, maybe it's getting rid of the thoughts, or maybe it's doing something with it. Doing something productive, progressing it forward, finding a solution. Good, slowly start to push your way into your hands. Tuck your back toes underneath you, lift your back knee off the mat, and then step your right toes back. Hips come high for your downward facing dog. Good, while we're here, we're going to bend the elbows down. So you're coming into almost this dolphin pose. So your arms stay about shoulder width distance. You're coming down onto your forearms. And then you might need to walk your toes in just a bit. So we're really opening up the shoulder joint here. Press through that shoulder joint. Good, hips are high. Good, slowly come out of this by pressing into your hands. Come back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, the left toes high. Exhale, shin comes behind your wrists, moving into your pigeon pose on the other side. Right toes reach long behind you, and then take this to your degree. Good. Slowly start to walk your hands back up. Swivel your right heel around to come in front of you. So both legs will reach long. Good. Maybe give them a little shake out here. Then getting your hips directly underneath you so that you're on top of your sits bones. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. We'll take a long forward fold, long-legged forward fold. So reach up first to get the spine nice and long, and then exhale, hinge at the hips as you slowly come down. I invite you to bring your palms face up instead of being tempted to hold on to your feet so that you can really surrender in this pose without forcing anything to happen. Good. Start to walk your hands back up. We'll come onto our back for the rest of the class. We'll do a couple more things on our back, and then you'll be free to rest completely. So slowly make your way onto your back. Good. We're going to work on some glute strengthening. So we're going to be doing some bridging. I'm going to give you 2 options that you can work on. The first is we'll do 2 sets of 10. So the first option is you can do 2-legged normal bridging where both feet are planted onto the ground. And we'll do 2 sets of 10 of that. Or if you want to, you can raise your right leg off the mat. We'll do 10 on the left and then 10 on the right. So take this to your degree, see what you want to work on. The second option is obviously harder, but both are going to benefit you in great ways. So do whatever feels best for your body. All right, we'll move into the first count of 10. I'll be counting down. So get ready. Inhale, hips high. Exhale, hips low. Good. 9, 10. Really squeeze those glutes at the top. 7, 6. Sorry, my counting was kind of off. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch over to the other side. Sorry about that. I counted down and then I counted up, and you got it. 10. Good. Inhale as you squeeze. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, 1. Awesome. Bring both feet to touch. Let your knees lay out wide. Maybe you bring your hands to your belly. But notice the changes in your breath. Good. Bring your knees in towards your chest. We'll take a quick spinal twist. So 2 options here too. You can keep your knees stacked and then just rotate over to one side. I would like for you to focus on keeping the shoulders down on the ground in this one. And then your left hand can come out to a T out to the side. If you want to, you can hold on to your left knee, extend your right, and find a supine spinal twist that way as well. A little less support for your left knee, so you're getting a little bit deeper of a stretch and more rotation at the spine. Good, come back to center. Take that on the other side. So knees fall over to the left. Right arm reaches long. Again, see if you can keep both shoulders on the mat. Good, come back to center. Take any other poses right now that I might not have brought you through. Maybe you want to do a happy baby, grabbing onto your big toes. Maybe you want to send your legs up towards the ceiling, circling out the ankles. Maybe you want to do a shoulder stand where you lift your hips up, play around here, and finish out your practice. Before we move on to our final resting posture. Good, when you're ready, let your legs come out long. Your arms come to your sides. You're laying on your back for your final resting posture, finding some sort of pose that lets you relax completely. We have a few moments here to stay here. I invite you to try to be present in this moment without worrying about what's happening around you. Give yourself these few moments to fully relax. You can stay here for as long as you'd like. I'll help those of you who want to get on with your day, get out of this posture. You can start by wiggling your toes and your fingers, waking up your extremities. Good. Bring your arms overhead for a long body stretch. Good, and then bring your knees in toward your chest. Give yourself a tight squeeze, wrapping your arms around your shins. Good, and then find your way up to a comfortable seated position, taking your time and being gentle with yourself as you get there. Once you get there, you can bring your hands to your knees, or they can come to touch in front of your heart. Bringing in a wave of gratitude for making it on your mat today, and joining in as we try to build some community through practicing yoga on our computers with others. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Let me know if you need anything during this time. Namaste.